Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tennessee Titans 10-year rebuild here on Madden 23. That's right, the final stuff we have to do here on Madden 23 is to finish up this 10-year rebuild, and we are into the home stretch. We've got 5 years down, 5 years to go. This is episode 6, year number 6. Hit that like button if you go on to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started with our season goal, as we always do. And you know what? Making the playoffs is probably the best option. We had, if you missed last episode, episode number 5, we came back to earth. You definitely want to go check out last episode if you missed it. We made a lot of moves. We have a new quarterback. We don't have Will Levis anymore. He needed a new contract. We couldn't pay it. We have Joshua Sellers, who is 23 years old, but he has really good stats. 94 throw power. His accuracies are pretty good. His throw on the run's great. His regular stats, his physical stats are pretty good. His acceleration's good. His speed's not great, but he can get up there a little bit more. He looks like he could be a pretty good quarterback for us, and I hope that he can develop. We still have Derrick Henry, starting to regress a little bit, probably on the outs pretty soon. But, I mean, Joshua Sellers has got some weapons. He's got 3 superstar receivers in Marvin Harrison, Pittman Jr., and Traylon Burks. The offensive line's not amazing, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Superstar right tackle, Kyle Pitts obviously at tight end. And then on the defense, we've got ourselves a pretty good defense. We've got X-Factor Carter, we've got X-Factor Simmons, X-Factor Rashawn Gary, X-Factor Jeremy Chin. The corners are pretty good. The middle linebackers are pretty good. I mean, we're ready, boys. I think that we're not going to be as dominant. We're probably not going to win a Super Bowl like we did earlier. In a couple episodes, a couple episodes previously, we won a Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen in this episode, but I do think we can make some things happen. And if I'm not mistaken, what playbook are we in right now? Are we in the Bengals playbook? I'm pretty sure we are. I'm pretty sure we are in the Cincinnati Bengal playbook. So if I go to the staff and go to the schemes, I'm pretty sure that's what we're in. Yeah, we're in Bengal playbook. We're running a 3-4 defense. That's probably what we're going to have to run. Yeah, base 3-4. And then our best scheme fit on offense could be a spread. Yeah, let's go with the spread. That'll be fine. We got a lot of receivers. We got a lot of weapons for Sellers to do. So I think that's what we're going to rock with. And that's basically it. We're an 87 offense, 88 defense, 87 overall. We're heading into year number 6. Let's simulate to the midseason mark, see how good we can be this year with this new rookie quarterback in the post-Will Levis era. I'll see you guys at the midseason mark with some updates on this team. We've made it to the midseason mark, and we sit at 5-2. Don't look at that available salary cap up there in the middle. Don't look at that. That's not important. The important part is we are 5-2 on our way to another really good season. And the good news is it seems like our quarterback, Joshua Sellers, is not selling. He's a superstar development. Oh my God. Did I just draft a superstar development rookie quarterback? Did I draft or did he go up? He's base superstar development. Joshua Sellers, you are the man. You are the man. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight to see. And then on the defensive side of things, we got morale boosts. We've got all kinds of good stuff. I don't know why Jeffrey Simmons is not starting at right end anymore. Where did he go? What happened? What about if I generate the best lineup? That puts him back in there. Perfect. Okay, I don't know why he switched out and was not starting there, but 5-2 on the year so far. We got a new ability for Joshua Sellers as well. I didn't even realize. So he's got closer and tight out. Now, obviously, these don't matter when you're in the simulation, but I think closer. Now we'll have him get. Let's have him have safety valve and then tight out. Those are 2 fine ones for how low of an overall he is. He doesn't really have many good options. But this is in a beautiful spot right now for the division. Negotiations are ready to go. We got to pay Marvin Harrison. I don't want to pay Marvin. Ooh, we also have to figure out what we're going to do with Derrick Henry. He's luckily very cheap. But we got to pay Marv. Let's pay Marv right away. Let's lock him up. We only have 5 years left. Let's lock him up for 6 because I'm a crazy man. Except that Marv, he's done. We locked him up. Marvin Harrison's here for the rest of the rebuild. Treylon Burks as well. Get him for 5 years. Rest of the contract, 6 years actually. Let's get crazy and offer our 2 number 1 and number 2 receivers. Treylon Burks is back. Beautifully done. Jeffrey Simmons doesn't want to be here. Maybe I'll have to trade Jeffrey. This could be a crazy offseason, guys. This could be a crazy offseason. And let's also re-sign Derrick Henry because we need to figure out what we want to do with him. And if we give him a 3-year deal but on cheap, then that'll be a very tradable contract. He's going to get that done. So he's back for 3 more seasons. We can have some flexibility on what we want to do with him later on. We also want to sign Deontay Grove to a new contract, 4 years. He should accept that. Yeah, he's done. Deontay Grove is back. We're spending a lot of cash right now. We also want to get Jake Bass, our left guard, for 4 years. He wants to be here as well, but we'll give him a little bit of a boost to his bonus. And he's coming back as well. Boom, we are getting some big money moves. We are spending all the cash. Dante Jeffries, we can't sign yet. He's probably the only other one that we want to sign. DeJuan Jones, maybe, just because he's like a starting starting tackle for us. We might be trading Jeffrey Simmons in this episode. Probably not trading Derrick Henry yet, but we might be trading Jeffrey Simmons. Who knows? I haven't taken a look at the draft class just yet, but I want to simulate to the end of the season and see how this season finishes out, see if we can win the division, maybe even be the number 1 seed. I don't know. I'm very excited to see how this rookie quarterback Joshua Sellers does for a full season because he's already started pretty good. So I'm super excited. I'm super hyped. Let's go to the end of the season. Let's go to the playoffs and find out how good we did. We've made it to the end of the season in the playoffs, and what a wild division this AFC South ended up being. We finished 3rd in the division, 9-8, so not as good as we started out in the halfway point. We were 5-2, so we kind of had a really bad end of the season. But we were the 3rd team in the division and still made the playoffs. The Jaguars won the division 11-6. It was a very competitive division. Colts finished 10-7, and then we finished 9-8 and still made the playoffs. So I'll take that all day, every single day. We're still having a chance at another Super Bowl. Joshua Sellers, 4,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 picks in his rookie season is phenomenal. Absolutely. AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Joshua Sellers, you love to see it. That might be Rookie of the Year numbers right there for Joshua. He's absolutely brilliant. 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns for Derrick Henry. He's starting to slow down a little bit more. We can start to see that. We might have to trade him for another running back. But then we get to the receivers, and we locked up Treylon Burks and Michael Pittman in the beginning. And Harrison, he did well. 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Pittman had 1,308 touchdowns. And then Treylon Burks, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts also had 3 touchdowns with 700 yards. Joshua Sellers was slanging the rock around the field in Nashville. Defensively, Dante Jeffries, who we also had to re-sign, got 106 tackles. You love to see it. Amani Hooker had 96. Jeremy Chin had 94. Rashawn Gary had 91. Absolutely amazing. Tackle for loss leader was our X-Factor D-tackle Jalen Carter, along with Jeffrey Simmons, who we probably are going to have to trade. Then you got Tyree Wilson at 13. Sack leader was Rashawn Gary with 18.5 sacks. Absolutely monstrous season from Rashawn Gary. Carter had 13.5. Tyree Wilson had 9.5. Simmons had 9, so a respectable season all around. Hadley had 7. Interception leader was Terrell Burgess, actually, with 4. That's kind of surprising. He also had 81 tackles, too. Fulton had 3. Gonzalez only had 2. Jeffries had 1 along with a couple other guys. But it's surprising that Terrell Burgess would lead the team in interceptions. But whatever. Whatever floats the boat. This is where it's big, boys. Titans, Jaguars. Can we redeem ourselves, win a playoff game, and move on? No. We lose 27-24. Okay, that's okay. It's only year 1 of the quarterback. Remember, it's only year 1 of our rookie quarterback who has superstar development. So we're not really sweating too much. We're not really sweating too much. I feel pretty confident. 79 overall. He's looking pretty good. Michael Pittman's up to a 94 but he's 96 with his development, or with his morale. The offensive line's looking pretty good. Remember, we probably have to re-sign DeJuan Jones unless we get another better offensive lineman. We're looking pretty good there. Defensively, we're looking really, really good, but we do have to come to the conclusion that we are probably going to have to trade our 97 overall X Factor pass rusher in Jeffrey Simmons. But hey, good news is we can probably get a decent haul for Jeffrey Simmons. I know that he's a little bit older and he's in a contract season, but we can probably get some pretty good stuff for Mr. Jeffrey Simmons. If I had to say so, we can probably swindle the good old CPU. And it looks like the Panthers and the Bungles are in the Super Bowl. We are obviously rocking the Bengals playbook, so maybe that can be us in a couple seasons. They win the Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty gets himself another Super Bowl. I think another. I don't remember actually if they've gotten another one or they've gotten one previously, but they've got one at least. I'd be surprised if he wasn't the MVP, and he is. Josh Allen's actually the MVP of the league. Cooper Kupp and Myles Garrett are the players of the year. This is their first Super Bowl, by the way, one-time Super Bowl champion Bengals. And then look at that. Joshua Sellers is Offensive Rookie of the Year. That might mean X Factor for our second-year man. This could be huge. Does that mean development trade upgrade for Mr. Joshua Sellers? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Let's see. $40.5 million. Let's take a look. 3, 2, 1. Bada, 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 bada. What? Okay, now we're just having a laugh. What is this? B to the S. It looks like Derrick Henry actually retired. That's not good. I don't think so. No. I don't think so. Offensive rookie. You win Offensive Rookie of the Year and you go down to star? No. My man is going to be an X Factor. I don't give two flying Fs. F. I don't care. He's going to be a freaking X Factor, baby. That's what he should have been if Madden was a good football game. Welcome to the X Factor Club, Joshua Sellers. He's going to have pro reads, probably. Actually, you know what? Let's give him run and gun. Sure. No. Let's give him, you know what? Pro reads is fine. Pro reads is absolutely fine. So we got to figure out a running back situation. Traylon Burks is going to go back up to superstar because he didn't just do enough to regress. He had a really good season. He just happens to be behind Michael Pittman and Marvin Harrison. Kyle Pitts is going to go back up to X Factor. I don't know why he would regress down to superstar, so we're going to get that figured out. That kind of sucks that Derrick Henry retired. I didn't get anything out of him. I didn't trade him. I wanted to trade him to get some value out of him. And we've got, it looks like Christian Gonzalez actually dropped to star, so we'll move him back up to superstar. And I think Tyree Wilson dropped to star as well, so we'll move him back up to superstar as well, just to give everybody a fair shake on their development traits. All right, we'll go back to Tyree Wilson, make him a superstar, and then we will go into contracts and figure out what we got to do with Jeffrey Simmons. We got to trade him for a pass rusher, I would think, just to replace what we had. You'd think that's what we have to do, right? So we're going to try and do that. We're going to see what can happen here. Let's go. But although I want to see who else's negotiations. We have $41 million. Simmons doesn't want to be here, but we don't want him either. Oh, Dante Jeffries we have to bring back. We haven't done it yet. So let's go with that amount of money. And he's coming back for what, 2 years, 3 years? I forget what I signed him to. Whatever, he's back. Roger McCreary, Caleb Farley. Probably want to bring back DeJuan Jones just as a backup, just in case we don't sign anybody else. He can still be a functional tackle for us. So we bring him back. Still got $33 million. Farley's not expensive, so we could get him back as another depth corner. Perfect. Roger McCreary's also not expensive, so we should probably bring him back as well, and we can get him cheap too. And he's coming back. Okay, perfect. So we bring all the depth corners, and now all we got to do is trade Jeffrey Simmons. That is the biggest piece of the offseason is trading Jeffrey Simmons right now. Our third highest rated player. What can we get? Elijah Moore, Javonte Williams. That could be our running back replacement. Stephon Diggs is probably old at this point. Trayvon Henderson and Rondell Moore, but we don't really need a receiver. Asante Samuel and a first-round pick. Wow, okay. Terry McLaurin, Javon Holland, A.J. Terrell, George Kittle, but he's probably old and we don't need a tight end. Evan Neal and a first-round pick. Okay, Jeffrey Simmons has got some value, but they're not giving me... This is a crazy trade, by the way, from the Packers. A first-round pick next year. I'm getting some crazy offers. Sweet Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. We are getting some crazy offers from these teams, but we could get a running back to replace Derrick Henry, which is what we need, and a middle linebacker, plus a first-round pick next year. I think I'm going to do this trade. So Jeffrey Simmons heads to Green Bay. We pick up a stud middle linebacker in Quay Walker. A stud middle linebacker in Quay Walker to pair alongside Dante Jeffries and Jack Campbell. We also get our new running back number 1 in Tyler Algier, which is massive. And we pick up an extra first-round pick for next season. So we got 2 first-round picks next year. That's going to be big. We pick at pick 19 this year. Okay, I like that trade. Now, it does leave us empty-handed at the left end spot, but maybe there's somebody in free agency. I don't know. Let's go find out. We got about $20 million to figure it out, so... Let's go see what happens, baby. Let's go see what happens. 21.5 is what we have to work with for this free agent class. Is there a good left end? There's a good running backs. We could have went running back instead of getting Tyler Algier, but I like the trade that we made. I'm happy with it. There is Ronnie Stanley. Now, I was talking about pass rush, or I was talking about tackles in the earlier portion of this video because we were re-signing Dwan Jones. I don't know. The linebacking class isn't great, so I'm glad that we got Quay Walker. But as for defensive linemen, not really anything. That's kind of upsetting. I mean, you got like Devon Hill, but we don't need D tackles. You got Draymond Jones, but he's 31 already, and he's not really that much better than what we have. I mean, I shouldn't say that. He is better than what we have, but there's just not really anything there that I want. Brian O'Neill doesn't want to be here. I think we should go after Ronnie Stanley. I know he's 34. And this would be a lot of our money, basically all of it. But if we're trying to win a Super Bowl, that is the thing to do. And the Cardinals are in on Ronnie. And he signed with us. That's massive. So we spend all of our cap space getting a tackle. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the winning window. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. And we just got ourselves a stud left tackle to pair alongside Patterson, the young right tackle, or I guess the young tackle who is now a right tackle. We've got Tyler Algier. On defense, that left end spot, or that right end spot is now a little bit weaker, but it's okay. You know what? Ooh, I didn't think about this. What if we move Brian Driver? No. We could move Rashawn Gary. We could do something. I don't know. I was thinking maybe we move Driver or Gary to right end because we have Jack Campbell, who I feel confident in. Let me just take a little peek skis. 81 overall, Brian Driver at outside linebacker. What does he become at right end? Is he possibly a right end? This is just a little experiment we're playing here. He is an 81 overall at right end. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And now we can move Dante Jeffries over to outside linebacker. He could probably play that pretty well. So let's move him to outside linebacker. And then we've got our situation figured out. Yeah, he's pretty good at outside linebacker. So then Campbell moves back in. We got Quay Walker. And then Brian Driver goes to right end. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you make moves, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you make the freaking moves. Now we don't have any money, so we have to simulate past the rest of free agency. But this team, I think, oh man, with another year of Jeffries, or another year of Sellers as our quarterback, man, is an X factor with Tyler Algier. He's got amazing receiving threats. His offensive line just got better. Ooh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Man, I'm loving it. Fifth-year options. Who's the fifth-year options? It is Brian Driver. We just changed him to a right end. I am going to pick up his fifth-year option. We might have another one. I don't know. No, that might be the only one. Do we have another one? Nope, that's all we got. So we go to free agency recap, and then we've got ourselves a little bit of a good old-fashioned scout to see. I haven't looked at this draft class at all, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we got. Mock draft number 5. We don't have very much money. We're picking at what? Pick 19, I think. So let's see. Is there anybody that is good? It doesn't look like there's anybody specifically crazy. Who do they have us taking? They have us taking a middle linebacker, Colin Rayburn. Is he good? He's a 6'1" run stopper. Solid speed. Don't like it. His man coverage is good. His block shed is good. Huh. I don't really think he's that good. I don't really think he's that amazing. Is there anybody that's that amazing, though? Probably not. Because we're going to be picking down here in the bottom half. There's a 5'8" deep threat receiver, Jason Crowder, with elite speed. Ooh, he doesn't look amazing, but I am intrigued by Mr. Jason Crowder, the brother of Jamison Crowder. I guess he could be the nephew of Jamison Crowder. Let's go to our private workouts. Let's use it on Colin Rayburn, just because they have him as us drafting him. And then we'll use it on Crowder. And we'll also use it on, got any gum? Rudy Bishop. Sure, I didn't even take a look at him, but we might as well use it on him. And then we'll simulate, and we'll take one final look at those last guys since we have them more closely scouted. And I might even do a little bit of changing to the scouts to stop scouting quarterbacks, because we got our quarterback. We got our guy. Joshua Sellers is our main man. So let's go to the prospects and figure out Colin Rayburn. We know 90% on him. He just doesn't look that good. He looks fine. He doesn't look amazing. The speed kind of throws me off a little bit. But what about Mr. Jason Crowder? Elite in everything. He doesn't look really good as a receiver, but he's a burner, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Let me take a look at the mock draft. Where's Crowder going? Is Crowder a top guy? He is. He's number 9. No. Why does he have to be number 9? You know what? We're trading up to get him. I don't care. He might not be that good, but we are trading up to get Jason Crowder, whatever the freak his name is. I think the Seahawks had pick number 9. So we will go and talk to them. What do you want for it? They want Pittman and Hooker, or they want 2 first-round picks and a 7. I'm sorry there, Seattle. I'm not going to give you 2 first-round picks. That's just not going to happen. But I can give you some other stuff. I can give you a 4, and I can give you a 4. What do you say about that? They don't like that. But I can give you a 4, and I can give you a 3. What about that? Trade offer accepted. See, I knew we could work things out. We trade up to pick number 9 pick, and now we're going to take that wide receiver because why the F not, man? He's a burner. He's a freaking burner. Number 1 pick in the draft, Atlanta Falcons take Barry Lynch. A strong safety going number 1's weird, but whatever. Quarterback goes to the Jets. Carlos Mason, Tyler Dubois, or Dubois, probably Dubois. Nate Hewitt, Marquise Copeland, and then Eric Dixon. And here we are, boys. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Although we could take Colin Rayburn. He did look okay. But I want the fun. I want the fun player. Hidden development, 96 speed, 96 acceleration, 94 agility. He's probably only star because he's not really good as a receiver. he's just a fast guy, but he's 5'8" and he can run. So I'm excited about that. Might as well have some fun. And he went to Florida, so maybe he's Percy Harvin. Who knows? We pick in the second round here at pick 19, and we've got ourselves an interesting D tackle, 6'4", 301. Average physicals. Looks okay. Probably normal development, though. What about this center? This center could be pretty good. Lamar Miller. Ooh, pretty good physically. Lamar Miller could be the guy. I'm going to take a little peek at somebody else, but Lamar Miller's probably our guy. What about Tyreek Ali? 6'7", not great physically. Nah, he's not worth it. We're taking Lamar Miller. We're taking Lamar Miller, the center. He's agile. He's hidden development, 88 strength, 23-year-old out of San Diego State. He's a veteran. He is an experienced boy, and we're going to go to the third round, probably draft somebody, and then simulate the rest. So let's make our selection. Who do we got? We got Randy Cook, a run-stopping outside linebacker with great speed, but his finesse moves and power moves aren't great. He's a run-stopping archetype, and that's what he's got. Not intrigued at all. 6'2" corner, Dominique Rhodes, or Dominic. Not Dominique, Dominic. Doesn't look that great. We looked at Akeem Chancellor, right? That was the guy that we took a look at. He didn't look that great. What about anybody else? There's probably some more offensive linemen that we're just not seeing yet. There's always offensive linemen that are good. Maybe this guy, Jeremy Shelby, 6'5", not the greatest athlete. No, he's not good. I was wrong. He's not good. But what about Josh Homan? Josh Homan could be good. Okay athlete. Not good at anything else. We could get Mitchell Welch, though. Mitch? Is he good? He could be good. We'll keep an eye on him. He could be our guy. I just want to take a peek at other positions because I don't think there's anybody else. What about Del Nelson? 6'5" guy, big guy. I think that Mitchell, whatever his name was, Mitchell Welch, I think he's probably the best option. So we'll take Mitchell Welch, excuse me. He's also hidden development. And then we'll let the CPU draft the rest of the board. Skip to the end of the draft. 3 draft picks, 3 hidden development players. I'd say that was a good draft. We got ourselves an absolute burner of a receiver in the first round in the top 10. We got ourselves 2 pretty good backup role-playing guards or role-playing centers that are probably going to play guard. So Jason Crowder ends up being a 77. Then we got 73 and 71. I'm pretty happy with that. Those are just depth pieces that we can move around the offensive line. They're very versatile. The CPU didn't draft really anybody else. That's good. That's okay. And then we go to the NFL. Who was the best player? It was actually Barry Lynch. The safety was a 79, and then we got tied for the second highest with a tight end who got drafted in the 5th round, and then Josh Brownlee out of Boise State D tackle, and then us, Jason Crowder. So big ups there. That's a W. Fat W's right there for the boys. We got a 4th receiver that I trust, and this team is ready for another Super Bowl. We got one a couple of episodes ago, but we're ready for another Super Bowl. We are a good football team. Year number 2 of Joshua Sellers. He came off of a Rookie of the Year. We've got 4 receivers. We got a good running back. We got a solid offensive line. We've got ourselves a good tight end. The defense is immaculate. I mean, look at this defense. Let me just go quickly to generate best lineup just to make sure everybody's in the right spot. Yes, okay. We got good corners, good pass rush. We're ready, boys. We are absolutely ready to go for next episode. Year number 7, episode number 7. I can't wait. I'm excited because I think that could be our Super Bowl run again. If you enjoyed this episode, though, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel for more, join the Juice Club. Don't forget, we got tons and tons and tons of Madden 24 content coming in the future. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.